Have you ever felt more tired than you should? Do you wake up feeling sluggish even after a good night's sleep? Have you noticed that your energy, strength, and even good mood seem to be waning over time, even when you're trying to watch your diet? Know that what is harming you may be coming directly from your fruit bowl. Yes, some common fruits, ones many believe to be harmless or even healthy, may be accelerating your aging, messing with your blood sugar levels, and sabotaging your hormonal health, especially after age 60. And the worst part, most men only discover this when your metabolism is already slowed down, your belly is growing, and your libido is falling. I am the Dr. William Tharnell, a physician specializing in senior health, with over 25 years of experience in geriatrics and integrative medicine. And today, I'm going to show you what are the 4 fruits you should never eat after 60, and more importantly, what 4 fruits you should eat instead, if you want to protect your heart, your brain, and your masculine vitality. This information can be crucial for your healthy aging. And if you have children or grandchildren, know this. Taking care of yourself is also a way of taking care of those you love. So before we continue, comment below. Do you usually eat fruit every day? What's your favorite fruit? Your answer may help other men identify with this. And together, we can create a healthier, more informed community. And if you want more videos like this content, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get straight to what really matters. After the age of 60, the male body undergoes profound and silent changes. Testosterone production naturally decreases. Metabolism slows. Muscle mass tends to decrease, while abdominal fat easily increases. The digestive system also becomes more sensitive, and the pancreas no longer copes as well with blood sugar spikes. That's why foods that previously seemed harmless or even beneficial, like certain sweet fruits, begin to have a negative effect, accumulating visceral fat, raising insulin levels, and inflaming the body. A 30-year-old man's body can handle certain excesses. But at 60, the bill arrives. And it takes a heavy toll: high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, sky-high triglycerides, loss of energy, erectile dysfunction, and even an increased risk of Alzheimer's. Understanding this is crucial. It's not about fear. It's about conscience. And the chance to take control of your health by what you put on your plate, or rather, in your glass of juice or afternoon snack. The good news? Nutrition can be a powerful ally in longevity. And today, you'll find out which fruits to cut out immediately and which to choose to strengthen your body and mind. First fruit to avoid: overripe bananas. Bananas are one of the most widely consumed fruits in the world, convenient, tasty, and inexpensive. But for men over 60, they can become a villain in disguise, especially when it is very mature. As the banana ripens, the resistant starch converts to simple sugar, dramatically raising its glycemic index. This means that when you eat a very ripe banana, your body absorbs the sugar quickly, causing blood glucose spikes, something extremely harmful for those who already have insulin resistance or are at risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Additionally, this sudden increase in sugar can trigger power outages shortly after, making you feel tired, irritable, or hungry soon after. Now imagine this happening every day, for years. The result: weight gain, silent inflammation, and increased risk of heart and vascular problems. This doesn't mean you can never eat bananas again. But it does mean you should avoid them. Very mature, those with skin full of dark spots, and, above all, do not consume them in excess or combined with other carbohydrates at breakfast, such as bread, cereals, or juices. In a little while, I'll show you a much better fruit to replace the ripe banana and keep your energy stable throughout the day. John's case: how bananas were sabotaging his health. John, a 68-year-old Ohio resident, was an active man who enjoyed walking in the park and playing golf with friends on weekends. He always considered himself a health-conscious person. Every morning, he religiously ate a natural breakfast: a glass of orange juice, 2 slices of whole grain toast, and a ripe banana. He believed he was doing the right thing. But in recent years, John began noticing some strange signs: persistent fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and a belly that insisted on growing even with little change in his diet. What bothered him most was power outage in the afternoon, to the point of needing daily naps, even without having made any effort. During the consultation, we analyzed your eating routine. And there was a pattern: high sugar loads right at breakfast, including that everyday ripe banana. We ordered tests. Result: prediabetes. John was surprised. He had always avoided soda, sweets, and fast food, but ignores the impact of natural sugars, especially when consumed in excess and at the wrong times. We restructured his diet. We removed ripe bananas from his daily routine and replaced them with a low-glycemic fruit, which I'll show you soon. In 2 months, John lost 4 kilos, saw his blood sugar drop, and, most importantly, recovered his disposition. This is a common occurrence. Very common. And it might be happening to you without you even realizing it. Second fruit to avoid: grapes. Grapes. These sweet little fruits seem harmless, and they do contain antioxidants like resveratrol. But for men over 60, they hide a silent danger: excess fructose concentrated in small portions. A glass with 15 to 20 grapes can contain up to 23 grams of natural sugar, roughly the equivalent of a tablespoon and a half of white sugar. The problem isn't just the quantity, but how the body handles this sugar as we age. Unlike glucose, which can be used by muscles for energy, fructose is processed primarily in the liver. When consumed in excess, it quickly turns into fat, especially visceral fat, which accumulates between organs and is directly associated with heart disease, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation. Furthermore, because they are sweet and easy to chew, it is common to consume large amounts without realizing it, and unlike an apple or a pear, grapes do not cause satiety. The result? Blood sugar spikes, abdominal fat accumulation, and liver overload. If you like grapes, the ideal is to consume them in moderation, and never as a snack alone or late at night, when the metabolism is slower. You will soon find out a fruit rich in antioxidants, which can offer the same benefits without this negative impact. Third fruit to avoid: mango. Mango is a delicious tropical fruit, full of aroma and flavor. But it is also one of the fruits with highest concentration of natural sugar, especially when it is very ripe. A single medium sleeve can contain up to 45 grams of carbohydrates, of which about 90% is sugar. For a healthy, young man, this may not be a big problem. But for men over 60, this amount can be comparable to drinking a regular soda. And it's not just the sugar. Mangoes cause a rapid glycemic response, generating insulin spikes and activating fat storage mechanisms. This is especially harmful if you already have prediabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, or a family history of cardiovascular disease. Another important point: many people consume mangoes in juices or in large quantities in the summer. In these cases, the sugar becomes even more concentrated, and fiber, which helps reduce the glycemic impact, is lost in the process. Too much mango in your routine can contribute to increased abdominal circumference, difficulty controlling blood sugar, fatigue after meals, increased appetite throughout the day. If you enjoy this fruit, the ideal is limit consumption to small portions, accompanied by sources of protein or good fat, which help reduce the impact on the body. But the right replacement can bring more benefits and fewer risks. And we'll get there. Fourth fruit to avoid: orange juice. It may seem strange to include orange juice here, but it's necessary. And I'll explain why. Although technically not a whole fruit, the orange juice is present daily in the diet of millions of men over 60, and it can be one of the biggest saboteurs of men's health in old age. A 240 milliliters glass of pure orange juice contains about 21 grams of sugar, practically the same as a regular soda. And most people don't just drink a small glass. It's common to drink 300, 400 milliliters, or more, especially at breakfast. Worse, when you extract the juice from the fruit, you eliminate all the fiber, which is precisely what helps control blood sugar absorption. In other words, your body receives a concentrated dose of fructose and glucose, without any breaks. International studies have shown that daily consumption of fruit juice is associated with an increased risk of type 2 diabetes in older adults. According to data from the Harvard School of Public Health, a single serving of fruit juice per day can increase this risk by up to 21%. And it doesn't stop there. Regular consumption is also linked to abdominal weight gain, hepatic steatosis, fatty liver, and decreased insulin sensitivity. Many men your age believe they're making a healthy choice by including orange juice in their breakfast. But the truth is, it could be directly contributing to energy fluctuations throughout the day, abdominal fat storage, difficulty controlling blood glucose levels, decreased physical and mental performance. If you love the taste of orange, the best way is to consume the fruit whole, with pulp and in small quantities, or better yet, replace it with a low glycemic impact fruit, which I will show you soon. Now that you know which fruits to avoid, it's time to understand what can actually help your body age healthier, with less inflammation and more energy. Men over 60 need foods that control blood glucose, reduce silent inflammation, protect the heart and brain, improve intestinal function, and that provides antioxidants without overloading the liver or pancreas. The ideal fruits for this stage of life are those with low glycemic index, rich in fiber, powerful antioxidants, and with a moderate fructose load. They help maintain satiety, prevent blood sugar spikes, and promote a more balanced metabolic environment. It is important to remember, it's not just about what you take out of your diet, but what you put in its place. In the next parts, I will present 4 fruits that fit perfectly into the routine of a man over 60, whether for breakfast, an afternoon snack, or even to complement a light meal at night. These choices will help you feel lighter, more energetic, and most importantly, more protected against the silent diseases that threaten your quality of life after 60. Recommended first fruit, blueberries. Small in size, but huge in benefits. Blueberries, or blueberries, are considered one of the most powerful fruits for the health of mature men. And it's no coincidence. They are rich in anthocyanins, a type of natural antioxidant that reduces inflammation, protects blood vessels, and improves circulation, which is essential for maintaining heart health and erectile function. Studies show that regular consumption of blueberries can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 26%, improve insulin sensitivity, protect the brain against cognitive decline, help regulate blood pressure, reduce markers of oxidative stress in the body. In addition, they have low glycemic index, which means they don't cause blood sugar spikes, making them ideal for those with prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or who want to manage their weight. Another advantage? Even in small quantities, blueberries are extremely nutritious. Half a cup a day is enough to take advantage of their protective effects. If you can't find them fresh where you live, you can opt for the frozen, which maintains most of the nutrients. Including them in your breakfast, in a bowl of plain yogurt, or even as an afternoon snack can be a simple but powerful choice to preserve your health and vitality. Second recommended fruit, avocado. Yes, avocado is technically a fruit, and one of the best for men over 60. Unlike most fruits, avocado it is not rich in sugar. On the contrary, it is composed mainly of good fats, especially oleic acid, the same type of fat found in olive oil. These fats help to lower LDL, bad, cholesterol, increase HDL, good, cholesterol, improve cardiovascular health, stabilize blood glucose levels, increase satiety and control appetite. Additionally, avocado is an excellent source of magnesium, potassium, and soluble fiber, essential nutrients for controlling blood pressure, improving muscle function, and keeping the intestines working well. Another important point, older men have a natural tendency to lose lean muscle mass. The healthy fats in avocados aid in the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients like vitamins A, D, E, and K, important for cell regeneration and bone health. And contrary to what many people think, avocado does not make you fat when consumed in moderation. On the contrary, it can help control body weight, as it prolongs satiety and prevents hunger peaks throughout the day. The best way to enjoy it? By the spoonful with a little lemon and cinnamon, blended with pure cocoa, or even as a side dish with savory meals. Adding avocado to your diet is like giving your body a daily dose of natural protection. Third recommended fruit, apple with skin. The apple is a classic fruit, easy to find, affordable, and when chosen well, can be a true ally for men over 60. But the secret is in eating the apple with the skin. It is in the peel that insoluble fibers and antioxidants such as quercetin, a natural compound with powerful anti-inflammatory action, which helps to protect the brain against cognitive decline, reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, strengthen blood vessels, and balance blood pressure. Furthermore, apples have a low glycemic index, which means that released energy slowly and steadily, avoiding glucose spikes and drops, something essential for maintaining mental focus and appetite control. The fibers in apples, especially pectin, also play an important role in gut health. And the gut, as we now know, is directly linked to the immune system, neurotransmitter production, and hormonal balance. Another detail: chewing the apple for a longer period of time generates a satiety signaling to the brain, helping to avoid overeating in subsequent meals. It's a simple yet smart fruit, perfect for an afternoon snack, or to be eaten 30 minutes before lunch or dinner, helping to reduce the total calorie intake of the meal. If possible, choose organic apples to avoid ingesting pesticide residues that tend to accumulate on the skin. Richard's case: how choosing the right fruit changed his health. Richard, 72, lives in North Carolina. He was a quiet, retired man, grandfather of 4, and always believed he was in good health. But in recent years, he began experiencing some symptoms that deeply bothered him: excessive fatigue, weight gain in the abdominal region, high blood pressure, and recent memory loss. During the consultation, Richard described his diet as natural. For breakfast, a glass of orange juice. Mid-morning, some grapes or a banana. In the afternoon, mango for dessert. Fruit, but the wrong kind. We explained to him that, despite good intentions, those fruits were contributing to glycemic spikes, silent inflammation, and metabolic overload, and that, with a few simple adjustments, he could reverse many of these symptoms. We replace fruit with smarter options: blueberries for breakfast, unpeeled apples for an afternoon snack, and avocado a few times a week as a dinner addition. And we encourage hydration, sleep, and short daily walks. 2 months later, Richard returned with a smile on his face. He had lost 10 pounds, his blood pressure had normalized, he was sleeping better, and, in his words, his brain felt lighter and more alert. Most importantly, he had the energy to play with his grandchildren again, something he said he couldn't do with any enthusiasm anymore. This transformation did not come from a new medicine, nor from a magic formula. It came from the right choice of food he put on his plate. Just like Richard, you too can change your reality. And it all starts with simple decisions, like which fruit you choose to eat. 4th recommended fruit: raspberry. Raspberries may be small, but they're incredibly nutritious, and perfect for men over 60 who want to stay healthy without compromising blood sugar control. With low glycemic index and very high fiber content, raspberries stand out for helping to improve intestinal transit, reduce chronic inflammation, protect the heart and blood vessels, control your appetite, and keep your weight under control. 1 cup of raspberries contains about 8 grams of fiber, nearly a third of an adult man's daily requirement, and only 5 grams of sugar. This means you can safely consume them even if you have prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Another highlight of raspberries is their high concentration of polyphenol and anthocyanins, bioactive compounds that help protect DNA against cellular aging, strengthen the immune system, and promote cognitive function. In studies of older adults, regular consumption of raspberries was associated with improved short-term memory and executive function, 2 aspects that tend to decline naturally with age. They are also very versatile. They can be eaten plain, with natural yogurt, in salads, or even as part of a light and nutritious breakfast. If you have trouble finding them fresh, the frozen version is an excellent alternative, with practically the same benefits. Including raspberries in your routine is a smart and delicious choice to take care of your body and mind. The truth is simple: what you put on your plate can be your best medicine, or the beginning of your health problems. After 60, every dietary choice has a greater impact. The body no longer operates at the same pace it once did, and what was once easily tolerated can now be the final straw for the development of silent diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, fatty liver, and cognitive decline. Today, you discovered 4 fruits that should be avoided because of the high sugar content and negative impact on metabolism. But more importantly, he met 4 fruits that work in your favor, protecting your brain, your heart, your mood, and your quality of life. Small changes yield big results. And they start with simple choices, like opting for blueberries instead of orange juice, or avocado instead of a ripe banana. If this content made sense to you, share this with a friend who also needs to know. Like the video, comment below what caught your attention, and subscribe to the channel to continue learning how to take care of yourself consciously and wisely. Remember, getting old is inevitable, but getting sick doesn't have to be. I'm Dr. William Tharnell. It's been an honor to join you here. See you in the next video. And until then, take care of yourself, because no one else can live your life for you.